we did taxonomic classification that ran that Kraken analysis, and we could see all those bacteria that were found in that sample from the patient who had had a kidney transplant. Well, after we figured out what's there, let's see what we can pull out of it. So let's go up here into Tools and Services, and under Metagenomics, this time we're going to do metagenomic binning. So let's click on that. And this particular service tries to draw out of a complicated metagenome good genomes for isolation. Why would you want to use it? Maybe there are some things you can't culture. Maybe it's difficult for you to deal with this metagenomic sample. This is actually a pretty good way to get data if you're interested in drilling down more deeply into particular organisms. So we're going to start with those same read files that we started with for taxonomic classification. Remember that you can use paired reads, single reads, or a run number from the sequence read archive. Also, how this service is different from taxonomic classification, which only accepts read files. If you had done an assembly already, you could do the assembled contigs. But today we're going to start with the read file. And those read files are uploaded into my workspace at the Bacterial and Viral Bioinformatics Resource Center, a service that I really like because I am not a bioinformatician. I cannot do any coding. So I rely on this resource pretty heavily for most of my analyses. But you can see down here, these are the number of jobs I've run, over 6,500 jobs during the course of my analysis career. So let's click here to the folder, and this opens up an interactive dialog box with my workspace. And I have a lot of files in here. Each of these column heads is sortable. So if I click on created once, it shows me the earliest files I've created. That was in 2015. If I click on it a second time, it shows me the most recent ones. And it's in this metagenomic analysis unknown folder is where I put these reads. So I'm going to click on that, and here are the two reads. So to upload this, I have to click on this, and then I click OK. And notice that it uploads to the box. Now I have to do the paired sample to it. These are Illumina paired reads from the forward and reverse strand. They're part of a single unit. So I'm going to repeat my steps of clicking twice here, finding the folder I want, clicking the second read file, clicking OK. So both the forward and reverse strands are loaded. I've got to put these selected libraries here so I can move this over. And if I wanted to remove them, I click on the X, or if I want to see who they are, I can click on the I. It's good to make sure that you've got the right reads paired, or the pipeline's going to fail on you. Now I can choose an assembly strategy using MetaSpades or MegaHit or Auto. I'll just leave it at that. And I can try to isolate. I could say I just want the bacteria or archaea or the viruses, or I'll just click both. Now, if I've created a folder recently, I can click the down arrow, and it shows me here this metagenomic binning unknown. That's where I want to put this thing. And I'm going to call it unknown 1 and 2 metabin. All right. And you notice now the submit button is blue. That means we can submit this job. So I'm going to click submit. And it tells me I'm submitting the job in this message. And you wait till it says this until you leave the page. You can't leave until it says this, that it's successfully submitted. It's entered the queue. Now these read files are big. It's going to do assembly and annotation, and it's going to take a while. So let's go do something else, and we'll come back when we have the results. And just so you know, I've run a lot of different combinations of this, and I'll show you those differences when the job returns. Thanks a lot. Bye.